This is a real quick, just a video to show you how I have things set up. And I'm holding the phone, so forgive me, I'm not going to be real steady here. On this computer, I will start the meeting, and there. I'm going to join with computer audio, and I have, I don't know if you can see it back here, I have all my windows open of things that I'm going to use during my lesson. I will also have something else available, like either my phone or my iPad or something else, so that, and I'll join in to my Zoom with just like a separate participant in the meeting. I'm just going to hit join a meeting and join in. And the reason I do this is, let me just say for instance, if I have two devices in the same room, make sure you hit don't connect to audio, because you don't want the squawk. See the button, don't connect to audio. Anyway, I'm going to join in the meeting. And the reason I'll do this is twofold. Okay, I either want to be able to write on the iPad, or I want to be able to use the iPad as a document camera. So now I've got a meeting going, and I will start a lesson. So if my student joins in and I've got my Zoom here, I will go down here into this button, hit share screen, and I will share my Chrome browser, which I have things set up on. So, and here's the annoying part, is sometimes you have to move this little control bar. Move it out of the way so you can see what's going on. I have my phonograms set up as a Google slide presentation. Move that out of the way, and I can just open. I'm going to have to move this out of the way too. I can present it on this device, and there we go. And my student will see my phonograms here. Graphemes. Oh, I have to start over. Okay, here we go. And we'll flip through it, and I can hear them, whatever, and we'll go through this. Now, to go to the next thing, I can hit pause share, or I can do new share, and I'm going to go back to my screen. Actually, and sorry, I just need to escape out of this full screen and go into my drive. Let's say I want to do my an auditory drill. If I were doing an auditory drill next, I would just ask them, I would stop the share and ask them to take out their plastic canvas, and I would ask for sounds and have them write on the canvas. If I'm doing a blending drill, I have a blending, it's a Google Sheets, and I've made it randomized for whatever we're practicing. And so my student will see this on their screen and practice the blending, and I've got it set up so I can blend all sorts of different things for practice. Anyway, I can do that. And then if I ask them to read something, I'll have it set up here on in my drive, and then I pull it up from drive and have them read on the screen. And if it's in my drive, like this is a PDF of a page, I'll then have to open it into something other than drive. I'll open it up into either DocHub or Kami, and have them read here. And what's nice here, let me just show you, in this part here, there is something that says Annotate, so I can then annotate on the screen here. And the student can annotate, so the student has the same controls, and they can annotate. So the student can come along and say, okay, here we go. I'm looking at this word. I notice my suffixes and whatever. I want to split my syllables. Whatever it is you want to do, the student can annotate here. One of the other nice things we can do is give the student control. So let's say we've been drawing on this, and this happens to be a touch screen, so I'm going to just use my finger here and touch on this, and I'm saying, okay, we're going to break this up into syllables, whatever it is we're going to do. And then we can clear the screen. The student has the same capability to draw on it. There are other things where you can give the student control of the mouse, and that's helpful for online games. But I would do that, for instance, if I want to do a quizzes or a Kahoot practice, and I would then give the student control, so they're the ones pressing the button on the Kahoot practice or on the quizzes, answering the questions. Okay, so the reason I would have my iPad set up also as a separate participant is if I have the whiteboard. So one of the share items here, I'm going to get rid of this for a second. One of the new shares is a whiteboard. So whiteboard share, and you can write on this just as a whiteboard. And this happens to be a touch screen because I thought I should try a touch screen, but before I got the touch screen, I would do it with my iPad, and I could write on with my iPad. So I would write here, and the student would see it from here. So this is a lot easier for me to write either with the touch screen or with my iPad, to give the ability to write easily. And I'm encouraging my students to also have something where they can write if they've got an iPad. And also Kindle Fires and phones will do it, although the screen's really little on a phone. But a Kindle Fire will also have the Zoom app, and they can connect on a Kindle Fire and use a touch screen. The other thing that's nice about connecting with the iPad is I'm going to go to my iPad and hit share content. Sorry, I have to get rid of this. I have to stop share here. And I'm going to come over here and hit share content, and I'm going to hit my screen. And then on my iPad, and I'll say I'm going to start with Zoom. Okay, so now it's broadcasting from here. You can see that on there. It's got the iPad screen. I will go into Stage Pro. Stage Pro is the one I've used and have liked in a classroom. And this gives me, I don't know if I can hold this and do this all at one time. I use my iPad as a document camera. I set it up on some kind of stand. I'm not going to do this right now. And the iPad is now taking a picture of what's beneath it. And the picture shows up on the Zoom windows. So if I want someone to read from something that's not on my computer, I put the paper underneath the camera, or if I want to write something handwritten on a paper, filling out a form, I would put it under the iPad or the phone or the Kindle Fire as a document camera. Okay, so I can't set that up right now. I don't have enough hands to do that to show you. So I'm going to stop this. And one of the hassles is having to remember to stop sharing from each thing that you're sharing, and trying to learn to do it efficiently without wasting time, and then the kids get distracted and what's going on and what are you looking at, and having to set it up. So I try to get everything set up before I start the Zoom lesson, and then I can just go to my different tabs on my computer or have the iPad set up ready to go. And what's nice is that the kids can also set up, you know, if they have their computer, they also can set up their phone, so you can see what they're writing. If they set it up even like on top of a cardboard box, or to just give some height between the camera on the phone and what they're writing that's on the desk. Anyway, that's my really quick and dirty setup here. Hope that helps.